Here's the deal. Millions of miles traveled across the globe. Thousands of concerts attended. Hundreds of thousands of records and concert tickets sold as a music store owner. Some people listen to music. Some actually live the life and survive to tell the tale. This is the autobiographical life story and rock and roll adventures of Max Baker Jr. Sponsored by MedCards Made Easy. Visit MedCardsMadeEasy.net and the Fabulous Baker Boys. Always hiring. For more information, call 405-417-7656. This is the Here's the Deal podcast with Max Baker Jr.
I am Max Baker Jr., and this is my story. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Hello, I'm Charlie Crockett, and here's the deal.
Hey, this is Jeff Keith from Tessa, and here's the deal.
Hi, this is Joey Ramone here, and when I'm in Oklahoma, I party with Mad Max.
What's good? My name is Yellow Wolf, Catfish Billy, and here's my pool stick in your grill, and here's the deal.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Jelly Roll, and here's the deal.
And we're back.
We are back.
We are back, and my leg hurts.
Hello. Hooray. Let the show begin. I've been ready. You know why? It's Alice Cooper's
coming
birthday.
to hear this audience.
So this is going to be, the way you guys have explained it to me, a show and tell episode.
That's a good way
Hey,
to
that's
book
a
it.
good way
Yeah.
to,
So the greatest show and tell that I was ever a part of
Check out my memorabilia.
was third grade show and tell. And it was about this time in the year.
What is this rated before you get started in the show and tell?
It's totally G.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Third
then.
grade.
Third grade.
Okay.
So OU had just played either Penn State or the University of Miami in the Orange Bowl. I can't remember which one it was.
You were in the third grade. How could you remember?
I didn't go. My parents went. I did not go. So they bought me this paperweight, like at one of those, like, tchotchke stores, like when you go to tourist
gift shop
stores, like when you go to like Daytona
Tchotchke
Beach
store.
or whatever.
When you want to bring back that special something for this one
those,
you love.
those tourist novelty stores. So they bring me back this like paperweight for your desk, even though I don't have a desk. I'm in third grade, like.
And if you had a desk, it wouldn't be out in the wind,
Right,
would it?
right.
With papers blowing off of it.
It's a sand castle, and it's about this big. And it's probably about that deep, and it's got the felt on the bottom, but it's literally sand. I don't know if they use glue or concrete or whatever.
Probably glue.
But I took it to third grade show and tell, and I read the lyrics to Castles Made of Sand. And my teacher was the only
the
one.
ones that fall into the sea.
Dude. My teacher was just like looking at me with, giant eyes, and none of my classmates got it. They didn't even know who.
Well,
It's
listen,
third grade.
Yeah.
You're third grade. You're way above them.
I guess. I mean, I just thought it was normal to be a Hendrix fan in third. My kids are,
Hey.
Aye.
And some castles. What is it?
Castles made of sand fall in the sea.
Eventually.
So they get washed away.
You've brought some cool shit out today.
Check out my memorabilia.
I didn't bring it. Jeff did, but it's.
Oh, no, wait. I didn't bring it. I just found it sitting around your house.
They wanted to make, Jeff wanted to make a point of like, hey, here's some things to talk about. We're going to do 5 to 7 items, and we're going to give you one of them, and you're going to talk about it because every one of them has a story that went along with it.
Max, everything in this house, everything in your office, they all have stories behind
That's
them.
one thing people don't understand. Like getting to do these podcasts at your house or at your office, there is so much cool ass memorabilia, and it's not just like memorabilia what people think of, like something they would see at a Hard Rock Cafe. You've got stuff like this painting back here. You've got
one of a kind.
You've got the Keith Richards painting over here. You've got
The
all
one
these.
the one that's behind us is Johnny Winter.
Johnny Winter.
Yes,
And-
and it's
and one of
signed by Johnny Winter.
And then you have a guitar hanging on either side. What was that? Is that
Down.
Down's guitar?
Yeah, the original Down.
And who's
That's a Zach Wilde guitar.
Yeah.
Is that signed by Zach? It's signed by somebody.
Signed by Zach. You should know. You got it signed for me at the time.
Well, thanks. Thanks for remembering.
And then obviously all of the Rolling Stones, posters and memorabilia that you've collected over the years.
You know what? I like so people can't see this, but on the other side of the camera is this big screen TV, and hanging above the big screen TV, I have 3 different shirts with that picture.
I've got 2
on.
of them,
Do
2
you?
different ones.
Do you?
I've got one that says Cash on it and has the picture, and then I've got one that is just the picture.
Whatever he was doing when he was doing that, he meant it.
You know what that is. You know the story behind that.
No.
Okay, so this is after he lost his. Who was he with last? Was it with MCA or was it Columbia?
No, it was Columbia forever.
No, this picture was taken sometime in the 50s or 60s, but it was used.
But it was used in Rolling Stones.
Well, it wasn't in Rolling Stone. It was in radio. Now it's all online, but back in the day they were called
that Billboard.
They were called the trades.
Okay,
Right.
And there was Billboard. There was Radio and Records. There was all these.
He
various,
took out the middle.
Yeah.
The middle ad, and this was his "fuck you" to the record industry. There's something written under it. You're looking it up, aren't you?
Yep. I'm gonna look it up real fast.
Well, it's something to look up from Johnny Cash. But I mean, and so.
Do you see what socks I'm wearing, Jeff?
Oh my gosh, you're actually wearing Johnny Cash
But
socks?
the thing about Johnny Cash is, he set the tone for. Now there's Jelly Roll.
The modern day Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
it says the famous photograph of Johnny Cash flipping the bird was taken at his 1969 concert at San Quentin State Prison. Cash's gesture was a rebellious act of defiance and solidarity with the inmates. It was a statement against the prison system and an expression of empathy for the incarcerated individuals.
It went a long ways.
Now, that being said,
that's the original photo.
And from 1969.
And why, when, and where it was taken?
So I believe it is March 14th, 1998.
That sounds correct.
And this was so Johnny had just put out one of the American recording records that Rick Rubin produced.
The first one, wasn't it?
I believe it was the first one.
Yeah.
And
American Recordings?
And it won a
Grammy?
It won a Grammy, I think.
Yes, it did.
And it sold a bunch of records.
Yes.
But it resurrected his career.
Absolutely it did.
Rick Rubin did.
Because nobody else wanted Johnny at the time.
Nobody. And
nobody
country
wanted him.
radio did not want Johnny.
Right, but here's the other part, though. He was able to take songs by Tom Petty and songs by 9 Inch Nails and make them his own.
Okay, so here's what it says. 1998, weeks after Johnny Cash's Unchained wins the Grammy for Best Country Album, his producer, Rick Rubin, takes out a full-page ad in Billboard magazine.
Some Billboard.
With that photo.
From 69.
Yep. And it is the text has been added along to this photo.
And the text says,
American Recordings and Johnny Cash would like to acknowledge the Nashville music establishment and country radio for your support.
Kind of like a Hank Williams.
And then he puts up the #1 sign, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See, like I said, that's so you people can't see this, but that's what hangs above Max Baker Jr.'s big screen TV is Johnny Cash giving you the bird.
It's my motto for daily living.
And on the other wall, it's Johnny Winter.
That's right.
on that wall, it's Keith Richards and the Child. And
okay, so
how about the Goodfellas?
So we pulled this out right here. So who you've got? Let's talk about where you got these.
All right.
So the top left, Steve Perry.
Steve Perry. I had a guy.
Wasn't he with that little band Journey?
Yes. This was his solo tour. And I had a good friend. Well, he was an employee. Worked
And for people who are listening to the podcast, the audio, we're talking about Max has a folding picture frame standing up thing. And inside all of the spaces where your pictures go, they're 8x10 size. and he's got the
there's 8x10 glossies.
He's got the glossy promo 8x10s from artists, and they're autographed to Max. And so the top left is Steve Perry,
and that was gotten. And there was an employee I had named Greg Nicholson. He told me he had a friend that played lead guitar in his band. This was when we had Choice Music. And the record company gave us tickets to go to the Brady and see them. Well, and I told the dude, hey, one of my employees knows the guitar player. So when you could talk and you got the right guy, they'd throw passes in there to meet him. So that's what we did, and we got him, and that's how I got that picture. It was one of his only solo tours before he retired.
Well, that was the cool Steve Perry, because look, he still had long hair. When he cut his hair.
It was on that song, Oh Cherie.
Cherie.
His first album.
Yeah, that was a massive hit.
Right, huge.
Okay, so the top right, Warlock.
Warlock with Dora Pesh.
Is that what? Did you get that signed at Mad Max's?
That is the first 8x10
that you ever
got signed.
Is it really?
By a band that I promoted.
Oh, look, this is when you were just Mad Max with one D and one X.
Okay, so did you see the story that came out about Dora this week? Okay,
yes.
so
she finally got the name Warlock
for
back.
the first time.
Really?
She got the name 25 years. So
she got swindled.
She had a German manager that was promising to take care of all the copyright stuff and blah blah blah.
He did in his name.
And he did in his name. And so when she
took care of it, did he?
And so when she got the record deal in America and Warlock was taking off, they dumped the manager and he kept everything, and they had to relaunch it all as Dora.
And she could only go under Doro forever.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll do a Triumph, but that was from Triumph and Agony. That was, like I said, that was one of the first live concerts. No, that wasn't. That was from the Loft with Gamacide.
That Dallas band with the dude you ran into at the record store.
So this has got to be 35 years old.
What I wrote, and it's the original band.
It's got to be 35 years old.
So right below Steve Perry, Enough's Enough, and this is when they were signed to Arista because it's got the Arista logo.
Animals with Intelligence. I love that band, and that was the original band. And Oklahoma City was kind of like a second home to them back then when this was going on.
You ought to show that to Chip at some point.
I mean, I will show that to him sometime.
I'm going to take a picture of it before I leave, and I'm going to send it to him on Instagram.
Perfect.
That'll blow him away that you still have that picture after all these years.
Oh,
and what is next to this? Oh, that's the one you got for Dylan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a real autograph by Michael Jackson. And how I got that was my friend Dave.
Let's bring this up where these people can see this.
my friend David Brown, he had a girl, a friend of ours. Her name was Mary S. Her dad was a security guard at Neverland. And, I asked her, hey, could you just joking around, could you get me an autograph of Michael Jackson? And
you didn't take Dylan, did you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, no, this is me asking.
Not really suggested to take your kids to Neverland.
So there's like, well, who would you like to have it made out to? Not, Dylan. At the time, spelled like that. And then one day in the U.S. mail, it appeared from the guy.
So describe that picture to the people that can't see it.
That, I'll tell you right now, that is the bad era Michael Jackson.
Got the tiger.
Yep. Got
That's not
the
a
panther.
tiger, it's a Black Panther.
Black Panther. And that might have been...
That's still his original nose, isn't it?
Hey.
No.
It was... It don't matter if you're black or white.
Bad. That's the bad record.
That's the bad era.
Yep.
That's before Thriller.
And then below Enough's Enough, is that Jackson Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a story behind that.
That photo, I was a runner for that show. And
I was Jerry's assistant.
And I was a runner. Jeff was an assistant for a guy named Jerry Bachman.
So when was this? This was probably 93, 94, 95, somewhere right around in there?
And being the runner, and like Huff, since he was in the magazine, God rest his soul, rest in peace, Huff. Last week was his 3rd year of being passed away, and I love that man. I miss that man. But he's, I used to get 8x10s and stuff through the jam offices of shows that I'd be working, just carrying them around. But like Jeff was saying that day at the Civic Center, no doubt, where back then it was hard, probably still is, union. They didn't take guys like us.
We worked because Jerry said that we worked.
We got the only reason
we got to work.
We got to come with the promoter rep. He said he was back then, and still to this day, if you have people that work, it's like
You bring your own crews, man.
Right. Because if you bring your own crew, you're not going to falter.
Nope, it'll get done and everything will work out.
mean-
When you work with some greenhorns that you've never worked with before, even if they have experience, if
Right.
you've never worked with
They
them
can make it
before,
hard for you.
Yeah.
And so, so he was just having a bad day. I mean,
Jerry or Jackson Brown?
Jerry.
No, Jerry was.
And me and Jeff and I, we'd been working. We wasn't quite there yet to be a promoter rep.
This guy was our mentor.
I mean, we're talking about our teacher, our mentor. And he said, "Well, boys, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be the last time you see me. I hope you guys are ready." We're thought, dude, he said this shit before.
Me, and David all looked at each other like,
just
"Are
joking,
you serious?"
And he's like, "Yeah,
I've
had it. I'm quitting." And he meant it. And for a long time, he went away and things changed, but that's where I got that picture.
And so who else we got in this?
Who's below that? Is that B.B.
No.
King?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, son.
So that's from the zoo.
B.B. King, that one is from, like I told the story before, where one of the first times that we ever worked at the Zoo Amphitheater, and it was B.B. King and Bobby Blue Band. And
Say that again.
B.B. King and Bobby Blue Band.
Almost.
Blue
Bobby
Bland. Bobby Blue Bland.
In your defense, that's a difficult one.
It was.
So any of the BBB.
And that's when they had that little building over to the side.
Yeah,
for
they had the
promoter's
building
office.
over the side, and it was like they stopped us from working, put us in a line, and said BB King would like to meet the people that are working in the show. And all of us roadies lined up.
There was a little metal building that used to sit over there beside the stage that had like 2 offices in
And he
it.
gave you a signed 8x10, which that is one of them, and a pen that was his guitar that said BB King that I have on a hat rack somewhere.
Lucille?
Yes. And so, that's
And he spoke to everybody. He was very personable.
Shook hand.
Everyone's hands. I remember
Old school.
I remember my brother got in line, and that was one of the biggest
thing about
things.
BB King, if these guys, if they pull it off, I mean, they've got Brad White and Howard Pollack and Terry from Tulsa. They're putting together. Terry's involved with the BB King family, and I hear they're trying to put together a BB King show like Experience Hendrix.
Nice.
And, I know that Tito Jackson signed on. I know that there's a couple other people that I can't talk about right now.
Well, wasn't his daughter at the ZZ Top show last year?
I met his daughter, who was telling me more about the project when I saw ZZ Top and Shawnee.
BB King's daughter.
BB King's daughter. She's a whaler.
What's her name? Claudette or something?
Claudette King.
Yeah, Claudette.
And then being with Minnie Mike, the midget, the guy that was with her was Buddy BB King's drummer forever and up until he passed away, and he just really didn't know what to think about how to talk to Mike. And there when I called him midget and he heard me, he's like, they became buddies and it was all good.
And then you also have
Who's this right here?
Miranda Lambert.
So the Miranda one is from the Buffalo Run Casino.
Early. That's an early
Yeah,
one.
like her. That was when she had been on that contest, and back then we were taking these,
Nashville Star.
Yeah, we were taking these shows, these artists, and getting in the casino entertainment. You know, new young guns of country is what Brad and I named it. We had a little series, and she was one of the ones that came. You know, and the first time she ever came to Buffalo Run, that's where that picture's from. Her dad brought her, and they hauled their equipment in a horse trailer, not a real trailer, a horse trailer. And, you know, this was one that was one of many Miranda shows, but that was early, you know. So those photos to me are just memories of things that I've done, and you know, being able to handle them. You know, so they went through fire, they went through a few things. So, what's next?
So, Jeff, you just randomly found all this stuff in Max's house?
Oh, shit. So, this picture right here is Max Baker Jr. with Steven Tyler of Aerosmith.
I thought that was your sister.
Hey, that's when I had a skunk hair.
No, I thought that was you with Dina.
No, it's Steven Tyler. But that picture
So
was
what year was that taken? That had to be taken early 80s.
that was 87.
Oh, so that's why Steven looks like he's high.
Ragdoll?
This was after I lost the loft. It might have been 90 when I lost the loft over there. And
Was
we
this
had
the lightning strike era or whatever when
this
Joe Perry was gone?
Dock and open. No, Joe Perry was here. They'd gotten back together. Joe Perry was here. This was at the Myriad. It was Dockin and Aerosmith.
So this was permanent vacation.
And this, yes. And then this was an after, and then after this show, I had an after party where I had Armored Saint at Jammers at a pool hall in Moore.
And I wish everybody could see this picture right here. The young Max Baker with Steven Tyler. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so here's another picture I found. And I've never seen this picture before.
88.
Look,
That's what it was.
Is that when you guys?
February 25th,
That's
1988.
It. Yes. That's when that picture was taken.
Wow. So how does that make that picture? Right on. So
That was right before the Olympics in Seoul, Korea.
you remember Seoul, Korea, right?
I was there.
So I've never seen this picture before. So what exactly is this picture of? So for the people who can't see it, it looks like you're holding $1, $2, $3, $4, $500 bills, a $50 bill, and maybe 4 CDs.
What is the dreaded Bulldog Cafe?
So
that's the church.
The dreaded Bulldog Cafe. Back in the day, I have a friend named Rodney Johnson, and Rodney Johnson was from Moore, Oklahoma, and he was friends with David Brown, and he toured with bands, Poison, Metallica. And he toured with Metallica with my cousin Mike Gomez. And so Rodney Johnson, you know, he would always come in the record store. That's how I met him, through music. And, you know, tell me where he was going, what he was doing, you know, which I thought was just cool as shit. Because, you know, this guy's on tour. And he's living
the life.
Yeah, you know, and he's went pretty far in the business, you know, and I mean, hey, if Metallica came, I knew I could go see him because I knew enough people on the tour that would take care of me. And
so this was his company?
What happened was he fell in love with the girl overseas, and he wanted to open a coffee house, you know, like something in Amsterdam and everything, because I think in
That's
Amsterdam,
a different kind of coffee house, Max.
Dreaded Bulldog. Somewhere or another there is. And so his girl came over. They got it together. They opened a place, and it was kind of like where cool hip people could go. Way before coffee was cool.
It's before Starbucks.
Yeah, all that. And it was in Oklahoma City, which is unheard of. And
because it's a cool looking shirt.
Oh yeah. Well, what and the cool thing about it, where it was up there on North May by where the old selling warehouse was and Samurai was.
Oh, okay.
It was over there in that area.
Like May and Grand.
But he had van.
Hold on, the Samurai was at May and Grand?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's there now?
See into
The
that shop.
Baskin Robbins.
That's where the Samurai was? Next to the sushi joint?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just took my kids there.
Okay.
We got ice cream last night.
Samurai, you've been
That's
there.
awesome.
That's it.
You didn't know?
Dude,
That's a famous place.
I just didn't realize that's where it was.
Yeah.
I'd been there before, but that was years ago,
Yeah.
and the city's all changed.
See how things changed when
I didn't
when
live
just-
here, you know?
A coat of paint and 31 flavors of ice cream later, look.
Holy crap.
So the dreaded Bulldog, he opened.
So was it in that same shopping center?
Yes.
Was
But
it?
What I'm getting at is he had went on tour with Van Halen, and he had, somehow or another, he acquired the 1984 backdrop that they used parts of it.
The kid with the smoke and the cigarette? That backdrop?
Yes. But he didn't.
Or is it the one with the hammer?
It wasn't. It was the hammer one.
The kid with the
but
clown-
it didn't have the insignia.
Okay.
Because they had such a large backdrop back then.
Right.
But what it was it was part of that backdrop, and he took and made a curtain that went all the way around it, the building. I mean, the inside of it, which was unique and everything.
Of the Van Halen backdrop.
And then the rest of it, he gave to me, and I had
Are
that
you
thing.
serious?
I had it till it burned up. I had it for a long time.
How come I never saw this coffee shop or this?
I mean,
You didn't have dreadlocks, Jeff.
it
Well,
was.
I had curly hair. That was good enough. I
But
think.
it was a cool place, and they had he would have little acoustic people play and everything. He's way ahead of his time.
Wow.
But
So that's the shirt you're wearing.
that's the shirt I'm wearing.
Now explain,
and the-
explain the rest of the photo.
So
Because it looks like you're about to make it rain at the strip club.
You do. You've got that look like you just won the jackpot.
what this is we did a photo shoot with the Midnight Dolls, and so the girls wanted me to take a picture of to ad lib or whatever, like a promo. So I wasn't going to take one in fucking negligee or whatever the case may be.
Thank God.
So what I did was I put the money. This one I had my mullet,
I see that.
and I had a record store, so I just did a quick promo. This was something we threw together, and I just ad libbed it.
So is this promo when you reopening the record store?
No,
or-
this
or what
was
is
like
it? Or
right
is this
when
for the.
This was when I about maybe I on. This was where the store was on Western, next to the hamburger stand.
Oh, okay.
The
okay.
first one, choice one.
Oh, so this is way before the
Yeah,
store burned down.
Everything, yeah.
So what's the money from?
The money's from the girls. They just had it out.
$550.
Their each one of them gave me $100. Said, you need this, do this.
And who gave you the 50?
I don't remember.
That's probably all you had.
The CDs were just, music we listened to.
And
So,
what's-
what else did you find, Max?
Yeah. What else we got over there, Max?
So, merchandise.
Okay, now hold on. Now when I was going through your house picking stuff up, and you pointed at that, and you said, and I saw this over here 2 or 3 years ago. And
I've
you
had
said
it a
that
while.
and you said you'd never opened it.
No.
I said, well, bring that son of a bitch in here and let's open it on.
So,
And see what the
here's
hell's
what
inside
this
it.
is. This is Pantera. For you that don't know, that have been under a rock or whatever.
Who's
They have- Pantera is for the baddest gentleman from Texas. Not say 3 from Texas and 1 from New Orleans. Philip Anselmo, Rex Brown, rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell, Abbott, and
Vinnie
rest
Paul.
in peace, Vinnie Paul Abbott. They have replaced with Zach Wild and Charlie Benente, and they're going around playing sets of Pantera, for all the people that love the band that don't get to see the band. They get to see the spirit of the band pretty much.
I never got to see him, and I saw him twice
You
last
saw
year. And
him
it
with
was
me.
fucking awesome.
Well, he's saying he never saw the
And
original.
so-
Pantera.
Yeah, I never got
Yeah.
to see the original. So for all the haters, they can fuck off.
But,
Now,
the,
first
but,
of all-
but the other part of it is, and it's like, too, being as I got a bum leg and I'm going to have to try to get a surgery, I need the best of what there is. And I never thought I'd do it, but, I have to part with some things. So, and these are just some of the things that we'll be looking at to be selling once our little website
Now,
gets
before
up.
you open this,
Okay.
you say this is a Pantera box.
Cowboys from Hell.
Let me see it.
But,
Let me see it.
but hold on, Max. Pantera never put out a box.
This is a reissue from Rhino Records.
a
That part
reissue
I know.
of Cowboys from Hell?
No, it's an exclusive box set. Let Jay do the math on it. I mean,
So where'd you get it?
where did I get it?
Yeah.
I had ordered it online.
Because I know you'd never seen anything like it.
No.
And if you've never seen one like it, you're going to make sure you're the one
it's
that
like
owns it.
It's like a pre-order,
2010
Okay.
reissue.
Wow.
But I've never seen it, and so it's got the Cowboys from Hell logo and the Pantera logo on the side, but it's like recessed.
So
It's really nice.
It's
looking.
cool.
So we open it up.
God, it's like Christmas. What is it? What is it?
Oh, there's like
And-
paper and
Oh,
all
look
sorts
at
of
it.
stuff in there.
So
Oh, look, it's a nice.
there's
book.
a little tour book.
Hold that up for the camera so the YouTube people can see that. It's all color.
There's a tour book,
It's really nice.
CD size, history of the band, which is cool. Then you look at what is here.
I don't know. We're seeing it as you see it, Max.
Poster?
Is it? It looks like no. It looks like a couple posters. It's
This one.
It's Phil.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
No. Oh wow.
This is Pantera
Wow.
and Rothschild America at the Arcadia Theater in Dallas, Texas.
So
That's
so Max
rad.
Baker, let me ask you, what do you know about Pantera and Rothschild America?
I almost
I
bet you
know
were
a
at
ton-
that show.
I know a ton about it and Disciple, which was a good Dallas band. What do I know about Rothschild America?
and that tour.
I know that we played it at the Diamond more than once. I know that Shannon Larkin, who's in Godsmack, was in Rothschild America. And I know that I seen this tour
Does it say
in
what year that
Texas
is?
before. This is the year that we did them.
Well, we
Cowboys
did-
from Hell,
So is this a 91 or 92?
probably 91.
Because it's at the Arcadia.
It probably came right out of after Oklahoma City or before.
Or right before.
This one is, wow.
Oh, wow.
Cowboys from Hell, the basement.
Wow.
That's where I saw the
We're
Pantera
taking
Cowboys
over
from Hell
this town.
video shoot right here.
You were there?
I was there.
You were there for that?
I was there.
And you're just now opening this box set, finding a poster from an event that you
Wow.
were at over 30 years ago?
We're taking over this town. Let's see what else.
But there's more.
Here's another one.
What was that? Oh, wow. That is the same promo that's in the Diamond. That's that first promo that they did. 8x10 glossy.
Register to vote.
Oh.
Censored.
Oh, wow. That's back when all the bands were behind. What is
Tipper
it?
Gore
Rock the Vote.
and her
Yeah.
nonsense.
Rock the vote. And then
Oh,
wow.
Well, Yahtzee.
fall
Jackpot.
1991 tour.
Nice.
There's a pass.
Nice. What's that
Here's
one?
a ticket from, what does that say?
From Mad Max's. No. It says, Kerrang welcomes Pantera Violent. What does it say?
That's in Europe.
Violent demise. What does it say? Something of death.
And then here's another Cowboys from Hell All Access Tour.
This is from 1990.
Official tour personnel
This is at the Ritz.
in New York City.
Didn't they say Ritz Music Hall on there?
Here's a pin.
It says the Ritz, doesn't it?
Here's a button.
Yeah, Ritz Music Hall.
That's a Cowboys from Hell button.
Yeah.
Show me.
Step aside. So there's that stuff. So we go over to here,
Oh,
the actual CD, and you've got, and CDs are making a comeback, I heard.
In Europe.
is that a triple?
This is a Cowboys from Hell.
It's a quad. There's four.
Disc
Of them.
1. Then you've got disc 2
And disc 3.
and disc 3.
Is that all? Is that all music?
Or it could be a video. What does it
What's
say?
that?
What does it say?
Well, Max, you got it so damn dark in here. It's hard to see what it says. Can you see that, Joe?
I'm not
Get
opening
over there
this.
closer.
I'm not opening this, but this is a T-shirt.
Is that a Cowboys from Hell T-shirt?
Old school one, very old from what I can gather.
Oh yeah, it is. Look, it's done like off the like.
It's like from when the album first came out.
Yeah, I wouldn't open that up either.
What size is that? Like,
Live, the second disc is live at Foundations Forum in
oh,
1990.
wow, I was there. I was there.
Of course you were.
That's why I bought that right there.
And then the Alive and Hostile EP. And then the third disc is the demos. And the first one is the record.
You know, there's supposedly a Pantera bootleg that was done at the Diamond,
There is.
and it's called Diamonds and Rust, I believe.
I have it. I
No,
know the guy.
you don't.
I know the guy who made it. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is there a video and a
Yes.
CD or just a CD? Well,
No,
it wasn't a
there's
CD.
there's
it was
a video. The video was made into a CD.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was actually been recorded before,
So
right about the time CDs. were
this
coming out.
box set right here.
That's really cool. So, how long have you had that and you've never opened that?
At least since 2010.
Dude, that is cool.
That's awesome.
You know what? I'll give you $100 for it right now. $100.
I don't know what's it worth.
I'll give you 100.
100.
You don't think I'd give you $100 for that?
Yeah, but I think that's what I paid.
Oh, well, then you're not losing anything. Thank you, Max.
Vintage.
That is really cool. I had no idea that you'd never even looked at that before. And
No,
now,
seriously, I hadn't.
and now come to find out, some of the music you're in the audience at, one of the flyers you were at that show.
Right. Wow. Interesting. But I was at Foundations, and I can tell you,
And we also did a show with Wrathchild on the Pantera tour.
we were one of maybe 70, mostly people from Oklahoma. So now we look at this other one.
No, I've never seen that. What is that?
This is called Slayer.
All right, Jeff, are you ready? There's 2 for sale on Discogs
Oh, of the Pantera?
for $100. Okay.
Okay.
The last one sold March 17th of 2023. The lowest one is sold for is $48.93. The
Wow.
median is $105.58. The high is $164.84.
$100 is worth it. You know, you got the money on you.
Do you take a card?
I do. I can.
He's got the square. He's got the square.
So anyway, so now we go to Slayer.
So now, this is supposed to look like? Is this supposed to be an ammo box?
I think this is an ammo box.
It looks like an ammo box.
It does look like an ammo. Yeah,
That
it's
is
an ammo
what it
box.
is. It's an ammo box.
And they have the soundtrack to the Apocalypse.
To the what?
What do you call it? Apocalypse.
I liked it better as a copolis.
I was.
So we open this box.
Oh wow!
The one thing about this box right here is
That's not how box sets usually look.
it's later. You can look it up, Jay. It's later than 2004 because this is a survivor of the fire.
This was in the fire?
This was in the fire.
Really? It looks really good.
Yeah. So if you look at it, here's the track listing.
What's the name of it, Max?
Return to the Apocalypse. It's got a hard card. Slayer.
Well, I've got one that looks a lot like that, but this is a German one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's got a 1, 2. These have never been played.
Okay, it should have 3 CDs, a DVD.
Here they are.
Another CD.
Little, it's got a book.
It looks like there's 4 CDs here.
Yeah, there should be 3 CDs and a DVD.
Yeah, there's 4. It's got a book.
Sorry, 4 CDs and a DVD.
With the history. And then, okay, here's your 4. Here's
There's
your
the
4
DVD.
CD in blood.
The Blood Pact.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's blood.
wow. Okay, people, take a look at this. It's actually encased in blood. Do you see that, Jay?
I do. All right.
And then this right here, an unopened flag of Slayer.
That's real weird that that's encased in blood.
That's what was on the T-shirt that I got for William
Let me see.
when he was 3. He was rocking the Slayer T-shirt.
Well, see?
Wow.
This-
Does it got a value?
Yep. On Discogs, there are 18 for sale from $108.79.
Oh, wow.
So the low, $87.91. The median, $145.42.
It holds its value.
And the high, $280.
And what year does it say what year it came out?
2003.
2003.
2003.
So you had just bought this before the store
Right.
caught on
At one
fire.
time, I had 10 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's the only surviving one out of all of them?
I think I sold a couple of them on eBay for pretty good money back,
You can't even tell this one's been in the fire.
Here's one in France for $267.93.
There you go. But you have to convert all your money over to...
There's one in the U.S. for $245. But there's several that are for sale for $140-ish.
Well, here's the thing.
But they're not mint. The ones that are mint are higher.
Max, how much do you let this go today for?
You know what? I mean, here's the deal.
American Music Pickers. Here we go.
The
Oh, and the laminate too?
Yeah.
I didn't
It's got
see
a
that.
yeah, it's a German laminate.
the hard card.
Look,
Oh,
look. It's German.
that's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
I mean, for the serious collector, 100, 125. It's just my whole thing about it is as this podcast grows and as here's the deal and our Shopify account gets done, you'll be able to buy mementos, and not only that, but with you buying them, you'll be supporting me or us to continue on with the show. And, I'm not saying you never know. I mean, hospital and medical bills are high.
Yes, they are.
Pull out the maiden thing.
So,
So that is also a survivor of the fire, is it not?
yes, this Iron Maiden thing was a.
Now this looks like it's been in the fire.
This is You'd have to.
I think it was made to
you
look
should
like
do
that.
You should look up the Iron Maiden 10. This was a 10 box that came, and this survived my fire.
It's got Eddie on the front of it.
Yes, and
So did it come with this patina? Oh, it was silver to begin with.
It came with everything. It looked like.
Okay.
And so what's left in here of this is.
Oh wow! So this is actually imprinted in on the. It's actually embossed on the tin.
What's it called?
Does it have a name?
It doesn't have a name. I called it the Iron Maiden 10.
Iron Maiden. And there's no. Wait a minute. Does it say anything on the bottom here?
No, but I can tell you in the CDs. So what it came with was, it came with.
Is this it right here? Eddie's Archive?
Let me see.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, all
2002.
So wait, it says something here on the bottom of this. What does it say? Made in England.
Okay, so
those are all the CDs. that are in there.
BBC Archives?
Yes.
Came out in 2002.
Beast over Hammersmith?
Yes.
Yes.
Best of the B-sides?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
That's
then,
it.
but it had these CDs, but it had a cool little. This is a history of Maiden.
Oh, it's like a family tree.
Yes.
It's set up. Oh, and shows all the.
It shows from where they started, how they ended up.
Well, here, hold it up where they can see that. That's pretty cool. It's like it's on parchment paper or something,
Right.
like that older type paper.
Okay, so mint condition. If you had one in mint condition,
Don't make him sick.
the one in Switzerland is $611. The one in Greece is $320. The one in the U.S. is $299. And then so near mint, $150, $180. Here's one for $199. Here's one for $219.
And I'm guessing this was sitting behind the counter at the music
this
store.
was behind the counter. But I had
'Cause that's where all your prize stuff
This is
was.
a ring right here that goes on.
Oh, that holds the.
Yes.
And so, what does it have? Eddie on it?
Yes.
It does. It has it. That's cool.
And then
what is
that's a
this?
shot glass.
It came with it?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. What does it say on the bottom?
Eddie.
No, it says please something. What does it say?
God damn it. Why you guys got to hand me
Because
all
you're over
this?
there by the light.
There ain't no fucking light over here.
Come to the light. Come to the light, Jay.
Because I got to zoom in on it. So
That's all right. So, it probably
it's
says,
really epic song lyrics.
Is it?
is
Yeah,
it?
it says, please hand wash.
Just like the bananas at 7-Eleven. They want you to wash them. So that goblet came with that?
Yeah.
Those
You
are
know, I mean, it's like
that's really
for the
cool.
longest time I could never look at this.
I think it's cooler charred.
Yeah,
But, it's kind of like life. It's charred but still going. You know?
it's charred, but the goblet's still good.
Hey, work the need.
Those are some cool box sets, and let's just talk about that for a second. They used to come up with, there were some really cool box sets. You have another one down there, the ZZ Top one, that looks like
it looks like a outhouse.
with the corrugated roof on it and everything. They don't do that anymore. There's nothing cool like that anymore.
No,
hold on though. That's not true because you've got two really cool box sets down there. They're Stones box sets that are album sets, with the big tongue and everything.
Yes.
So, I guess they do.
Here's the thing: people remastering. Take Rhino, for instance, who did the Pantera one. And like Jay says, you look at Europe, you look at CDs making a comeback of some sort.
I think they outsold vinyl for the first time
In
like
a long
however
time.
many years. Because CDs went out of style earlier.
CDs left the map like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, they just like fell off the end of the.
Has made such a resurgence, it's crazy. But it also has picked up, you pick up cassettes, maybe 1% or whatever. You're looking at the CDs where maybe they were 1 or 2%, now they might be 10. And then you've got vinyl records have kept musicians and music alive could these be put out on vinyl? Absolutely.
Sure.
The thing about you look at the vinyl sets.
Well, you used to have the choice. You could get vinyl, cassette, or CD.
Okay, say you took the Pantera box and you put it into vinyl. Well, guess what? That book becomes bigger.
It does.
It all the other thing that you can do, how do you even make it even more special? You number it. You only sell so many.
Limited edition.
And you do either splattered vinyl or colored vinyl or whatever.
Or glow in the dark vinyl or whatever,
whatever the case may be. But now you look
at...
Well,
that's what you did with the THC.
Right. But now you look at albums coming out, because I buy records, not so much. I buy them around here, but if you really want to do shopping, there's some cool stores out there, like Experience Vinyl and things that I'm amazed at some of the records that are being reproduced, and it's not like they're being reproduced to the masses. 2,000 or 3,000 is good nowadays to sell,
right?
You don't want to go too overboard, but then again, you're looking at the vinyl and you're looking at the project, so to speak, on, and that's like with me when I look at vinyl records. Like there's a vinyl record coming out of Stevie Ray Vaughan's Greatest Hits, but it's not just the normal greatest hits. It's like hits he's played with people, like
duets.
Pretty much. Duets, kind of. He's got a song with Jeff Beck. He's got him jamming with
didn't he do
David Bowie when he did Let's
didn't
Dance. Things that have never been unheard of. But it's a little pricey. I think they want $59 or so for the record. But here's the thing. That's something I would put $59 down for to buy, because you're getting stuff that's from an archives that you ain't never going to get.
Well, I'm looking across here, and I like seeing, like you've got the new Ozzy over there. You've got the Bob Dylan fragments over there.
Got the Greyhounds.
And for a long time, you couldn't go and find this stuff.
No. And if you wanted a record, you got it at the concert, and it was a novelty item.
Correct.
Still is for some,
Correct.
I've been down the record road so bad that, when I had my record store, I had 100,000 albums access to. And, a good record back then, you could barely get $5 for it. Where nowadays it's minimum used 25, 20, between 15 and 25.
Or remember some of those old bootlegs that we used to buy? The quality was so bad, but they were so expensive.
Right.
But that was the only way you were going to get to hear that music.
You owned it, but here's the other part about the bootlegs. If you got a copy and it sucked, there was no way to give it back.
Yeah, you're stuck with it.
There was no way.
You're stuck with it.
You bought it.
Yeah, I got a couple Led Zeppelins that are like that.
But
But then sometimes you would find something that would just blow you away.
But nowadays too, on these coming out with these records, the bootlegs that you search down, especially on the Stones catalog, you can find them all. They pressing them themselves, and making that colored vinyl and selling them.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, and adding to it.
True.
So, there's still marketability there.
Yeah, and there's more stuff out there now than ever before. You know,
I can tell you right now, the I've been waiting for the second half of my album order for the Hippies, and it's going on a year. You
Oh,
know?
yeah?
Yeah, I got the first shipment, no problem.
right?
But the second shipment, it's like I've had to chase it down. And like the guy told me,
Well, it hadn't been pressed. Has it been pressed? It hasn't
this
been
was a
pressed,
month
right?
ago. I've made it to number 5, so there's 5 other projects before me before they'll take it.
Before they'll press yours.
Yeah, before they're going to
Before
call
you're
me.
in line.
Before they call me and tell me, hey, and that's more wording than I got chasing it down for 6 months and got nothing, So I'm still in the books and I'm paid for it.
I was gonna say, I thought you paid for all
I'm
that
paid
stuff.
in full.
And you still have to wait in
Right.
line, and you're still
But
waiting on that call.
The other part of it is, though, that's because the pressing plants have so much business that they can't press them fast enough. Like Jay said, buy a pressing plant.
I watched a video of Jack White's. They were doing a tour of Jack White's the other day. It's really cool. That's really cool. We need to go to that plant. Check that out.
Which one, in Detroit?
Yeah.
I've been the one in Nashville.
Yeah, well, we went to the.
It's
we went
not
to,
a plant.
No, but the plant is
That's
in Detroit.
Third man in Nashville is lathe cutting. It's cutting live to record.
Right.
Whereas in Detroit, it's an actual
record
manufacturing
Well,
pressing
they moved that,
plant.
just like they
Correct.
did that Bo Diddley box set. Listen, Jack's pretty good at the stuff that he goes after, And then now I'm thinking about joining this fan club again because I used to get this like I'm in a record club, and he's got one, and the next one coming out is going to be the Sun Sessions of Elvis in 45 box set.
Really?
You can only get this if you got to pay so much. It's like $250 a year, but every quarter you get something badass. I'm talking badass.
So you're saying Jack White has got the rights to the Elvis
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
And he's going to put out a box set of Elvis 45s.
If you have your order in by the end of this month in January,
Is he putting them
you
out on
can
the
get-
Sun label, or is he putting it
It's
out on?
Sun.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That dude don't mess around.
No, I mean, if you're going to do it right, and that's
I mean,
right.
Well, I'm sure he's just licensing
Correct.
for a certain number.
But listen, though, he's gone.
But he's keeping it
you
alive,
you gotta
though,
look
you know?
at. You got to look at it. What can he do? First off, he's keeping the name Elvis Presley alive. Second of all, there's an whole new breed of kids that Elvis from seeing that movie. The concept's a little bit different, but the music's still the same.
True.
So, and then who would you want pushing down your throat? Elvis Presley. You got a hip dude right here. He's kind of the same way with Bo Diddley. He resurrected his career, did that, which I'm trying to find. I found it one time, didn't buy it, and now I'm beating myself up because he's got that. He's released Bo Diddley's for Record Store Day for a 4-album box set from the early days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So
Well, and let's not forget about what he did with Wanda Jackson.
listen, he resurrected her career. Let's not forget what he did with Loretta Lynn in Portland, Oregon.
Hats off to Jack White.
When one of his things for his record thing was he did a special thing for Loretta Lynn. It was a album of Portland, Oregon, a gold vinyl see-through. He had a DVD of her and him in concert together because they only played a few times, and then posters and little books and.
I've never seen this. I've never seen this.
Yeah, I've gotten like some badass bootleg White Stripes stuff that he's released, but only through there. Box set concerts of him only, solo.
And we went to his place there in Nashville when we were there last year.
Here's
year
my
before last.
bet. My bet is Jack White will play Canes in the 100-year anniversary.
I bet he
Oh,
does too.
I
Because
bet
he
he does
loves the
too.
place.
I bet he does too. And yeah, I bet he will.
You know,
Bet he will.
the other question I'd have to ask would be, will Turnpike do the same? How many bands will play Canes as a favor to them being 100 years old?
Hanson will.
Yep.
You know,
Elvis Costello will.
he loves that place.
Um,
I mean, the list could be endless. Social D's coming. There,
Man.
I won't miss that.
I got to buy my tickets for that.
With the Bell Rays.
Chad and Hunter are going to have a good
Oh,
year.
the Descendants are coming.
That's crazy. Where they playing at?
Canes.
You know, I mean, you got to hand it to those two fine gentlemen.
We're going to have to go see some more shows at Canes.
We
this year.
doing these, or we're going to wait?
Where are we at time wise?
We should wait
J?
on those till
We're
Bryce.
about an hour.
We should wait
almost
on
late.
those until Bryce is here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
You
do
know,
that.
more so when it's
So
more,
speaking of Bryce, have you seen what his new leathers are going to look like?
No, here's
You've got to go to his page and look because he's got here's the deal leathers. It's going to be down both of his legs. It's
well.
pretty cool.
Here's one thing that we can end this is my other thing is music. Is also my love for motorcycle racing.
You like motorcycles?
Motorsports, motocross, flat track, anything that goes fast on two wheels. But last year a guy came in off the street wanting to meet me.
Well, now he sounds homeless. He wasn't homeless.
Well, no.
Coming
he had
off the
he had a
street.
proposal. He told me that he raced flat track and that he was going to go on the national circuit this year in 24, and that would I consider being a sponsor.
And he only had a couple shows left last year when you met him, right?
Right. And so I listened to what he had to say, and he had a couple different levels of sponsorship. And, I went out, and he's made a banner. I get a banner in his pits, which is super cool. He's also came out and done an event with us by bringing his motorcycle and letting the kids sit on it. And
Halloween.
and wear his helmet, Halloween. And
He just raced last weekend down in Texas,
yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. And so his circuit has started. But for me to sponsor somebody like that, and here's the deal, super cool. I know one day we'll all go and watch him, and hopefully he'll win. But like you said, he's got new leathers. When you're racing flat track, you have leather from the ground up.
And you have your sponsors on there.
You have your sponsors on there. So he's going, here's the deal, down each side or leg.
Yeah.
So, which is
So we're going to have him on here, right?
yes, soon to talk about that, because I think they have a national coming to Oklahoma. He's going to race in a national in Oklahoma at one of these tracks, and that's where he's wanting to do a remote. So once we find out the date, we should totally try to help him and go Bryce
So look, see how it says, here's the deal down both legs?
on the red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that cool?
yeah.
Have you seen that, Jay?
No, I haven't.
So that's going to be Bryce's new leathers.
That's awesome.
HTD.
So, yeah, we got to have him on. We're calling you out, Bryce. You're going to be on this podcast.
But once again, I want to thank everybody that listens and takes the time to listen to us. It means a lot to us. Our memories are all we really have. And, it's all about living and having faith and being blessed.
Well, thanks for sharing those memories with us. That's some pretty cool stuff. I learned some stuff today.
Did you?
I did.
You know what I learned?
What'd you learn?
Go Max.
Go
Get
Max
a surgery.
Baker
Get a
Jr.
surgery.
Share it with a friend.
The Here's the Deal podcast, sponsored by MedCards Made Easy and the Fabulous Baker Boys. Hosted by Jay Ramone and Max Baker Jr. Produced, engineered, and fact-checked by Josh Lupton and Jeff Brownen. Subscribe to the Here's the Deal podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.